So a few years ago, I was a victim of a ransomware attack. I woke up one morning to a demanding message on my computer screen saying, pay us X amount in Bitcoins to unlock your files. It amounted to be a couple of $1,000s, and there was no way I was going to pay that to some bad guy with the hope that they would honor their word and unlock my files. At the time, I had Google Photos as an offsite backup solution. I had multiple on-site backup solution as in external hard drives. Um, but a couple of those were attached to my computer and they were also corrupted in the ransomware attack. Google Photos offered two options. They offered a free option where you would get unlimited backups of your photos, but they would be compressed as JPEG images and with heavy compression. And the other option was paid, and you would have to pay for storage after your free storage ran out, which was about 100 gigabytes, which is like one photo session for me. So, anyways, I opted for the free option, thinking that a photo is better than no photos. So I figured, if my computer ever get, fried or anything or attacked by ransomware, I would at least have a copy of that image on Google Photos to go back to for at least some low quality printing or small prints. All right, so here we are now, and I'm looking at one of those photos, and I want to use it for stock. But the requirements for stock photos are very high. There can't be any visible JPEG artifact in. So let's download this image and see what we have in terms of quality. So I'm gonna open that in Photoshop. At first glance, it looks okay. I can see a little bit of artifact in here, which isn't a good sign because we're not even zoomed in halfway, and reviewers will review your image at 100%. So let's zoom into 100% and see what the image looks like. Okay, yeah, there's no way this is going to get accepted on the agencies. This is a lot of JPEG artifact and we have to get rid of that some way and still preserve the quality of the image. Moreover, we didn't even do any edits to this photo, right? So let's edit it. I'm going to convert this to a smart object and then open it in Camera Raw. I'm going to edit this just the way I would any of my stock photos. I'm going to go over to my preset. I'm going to apply it. So I apply that one. I'm going to do some adjustments, adjust the color temperature. Reduce the highlights. Yeah, and up on the texture just a little bit. And that's looking pretty good already. All right, let's press OK and see what that looks like now. All right, not too bad. Okay, so let's zoom into 100% again. And for the most part, a lot of that is, a lot of the artifact and stuff is hidden by the type of editing. I wasn't pulling any shadows. In fact, I crushed the shadows, and that's why we're not seeing a lot of that blotchiness going on. With multiple attempts on Shutterstock, I think we could get this image accepted, but you can still see some artifacting going on here. Definitely. I will zoom in a little bit more because I know YouTube will do some compression on its own. So let's see. So yeah, you can definitely see the artifacting going on here. All right, so let's make a copy, and then I'm going to apply the solution, and the solution is using Photoshop here, specifically the newer versions of Photoshop with the neural filters. So I'm going to go to Filter, Neural Filter, and what I'm looking for is right here, and that is the JPEG artifacts removal. So we'll click on that, wait for it to process. All right, so once it's done processing, let's just make sure that the output is set to new layer, and we'll click out OK. Okay, so let's zoom in to that area and look at that. All of that JPEG artifacts is gone, no longer there really. So let's do the same to this image. We're gonna do my same process on it. Actually, I'm gonna convert that to a smart object, and I can just go up to filter and okay. Yeah, camera raw. I thought it would preserve my last thing, but my last thing was the neural filter. So all right, so let's go over to my filter, my presets, click on that, adjust the warmth, up on the brightness or the exposure, down on the highlights, up on the shadows a little, and let's open up the shadows just a little there. And yeah, that's looking pretty good already. And then click OK. And voila, that looks very good. There's 0 JPEG artifacts. And if we zoom into 100%, look at the image, it looks very good. This would have no problem being accepted to any of the stock agencies. So at this point, I would just, clean up the image a little. Using the spot healing brush, and we'll zoom in. Come on. Remove that little thing, make sure sample all layers is selected. And I'm gonna get rid of these little areas there. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna make a Control D to deselect. I'm gonna make a stamp visible layer. So I'm on Windows here, I'm pressing Control Shift Alt and E. That creates a stamp visible layer so that I can work with it. And then yeah. And there we have it. That's very good. Okay, so if we zoom into 100% again, go to the most troublesome area, and we compare the processed version, which is this one, and the non-processed one. Look at that, the results are night and day. Yeah, so I would say that Google Photos indeed saved me. But what really saved me in the end was Photoshop and that JPEG artifact removal. But Google played a big part in that we had the image to work with in the first place. So the takeaway from this video should be that you should always have an offsite backup for your important files, if not everything, at least your most important files, such as those that you want to use for stock, or those images that are for clients or important family photos. Definitely have a offsite backup. Having an on-site backup is not enough, because your house could burn down, God forbid, and you would lose everything. So invest in an offsite backup. What is my offsite solution currently? Well, I'm using Amazon Photos. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Amazon Photos, and they offer unlimited photo backup. So you can upload all of your raw files with zero compression. And yeah, as long as you have Prime, you have Amazon Photos. So here I am on Amazon Photos, and you can see these are all raw files here. And I didn't even go through and select any because it doesn't matter. I can upload an unlimited amount. So if I were to download this one, for example, it's showing up weird because they're not processing the raw file correctly. But once you download it, it's a legitimate raw file. So let's open that in Photoshop. And as you can see, it's a clean raw image that was taken with my Canon R5. You can see a Canon R5. You can see the dimensions here, 44 megapixels rounded up to 45. And yeah, very nice photo, very clean, no artifacts, just like a raw image. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you got something. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Until next time, have a good one.